I'm just pressing buttons. I'm just pressing a button. Hello, hello. Hi, Tentorolus. Hi, Acorn. How are you doing? How is everyone doing on this lovely Sunday? Is it a Sunday? It has to be a Sunday. I hope you are doing well. And I'm excited. It's the middle of May already, kind of. It's the 10th. A lot is going on this month. Um, I'm curious what's going on in your life this month. What I can tell you is it's building up towards going to the UK Games Expo, the biggest board game convention in Great Britain. I'm always confused when I use which words. I don't think it really matters if I say England or Great Britain or uh, United Kingdom. That's not Great Britain, right? I am always so confused by how we should call them. Lovely thunderstorming here right now. I'm so sorry, Ten. No thunderstorms in sight here. Uh, yeah. Oh, but if it starts raining, I need to cover the grill because I was definitely grilling tonight. We had a lovely Mother's Day. If you know any mothers, then maybe you have been in contact with them today. I could not have dinner with my mother. I wish I could, but my brother sent me a picture of the same mother because we are brothers from the same mother. And they were having a lovely, it looked very expensive meal. My mom had spaghetti, but it's probably called different. But it was also just a little bit like it would not surprise me if it was served underneath a cloche. Is that the word cloche? Where the cloche is just there for the meal not to be blown off by the wind while it gets to your table. It's beautiful here, blue skies and sunshine, but chilly. I think you are pretty used to having chilly, but I'm happy that the snow, for as far as we know, is gone, because boy, did you have a winter. It was interesting. Here we had a relatively normal winter, and now we have a relatively normal spring, which means you never know. Like we have a thunderstorm where tennis in the south of Germany, where we can call that south, right? It's at least south of where I am, and yeah. Um, so yeah, the UK Games Expo is coming up pretty soon, but we have the 3 weeks of the truth for Bo's school, which is terrifying. He's got these three big tests coming up, and they are going to determine a lot, and I can't even think about what could go wrong in the world, in our world. It was indeed so much snow this winter. Back down to -1 tomorrow night, though. Ooh, that's still very cold. No, we are now up into the 9 degrees Celsius during the nights. Am I correct? Oh no, we're still at 5, 4. So the nights are still pretty chilly, but at least not minuses. And tomorrow is 100% rain, baby. 100% rain. It sounds so stressful. We have nothing like that here. Standardized tests. I mean, talking some truth here. When Bo started going to school, we had to choose a school for him. And if Bo is anything like me, then he would be mediocre in any level, at any level. So I was happy that we got a school for him that was the highest, because being mediocre on the highest level is at least something, right? But it's now. I mean, my prediction came out. I'm not saying mediocre. I'm saying bottom of the barrel, but still on the highest level as you can get. He still has 3 more years to go if he finishes this year, and I, with each year creeping closer and getting closer to the end of each of the years, I think, oh, we made the wrong decision there. Oh, I want him to have an easier life, but It's a crazy world right now, with ChatGPT being on everyone's fingertips, and I hope the teachers are able to deal with it, because Bo is using it like crazy. But I am thinking and hoping that the teachers know this and act accordingly. It's so hard to say. We have written GCSE paper starting tomorrow in our house. GC, is that generalized tests as well, where everyone in at least the province where we are in, they are all getting this, depending on the level. So all the tests are standardized, so you can actually compare the schools, which also gives weird a weird vibe to the whole thing, because as a school you want to do better than all your other competitive schools. So how far do you go into helping your students getting there? And then it's all about, in do the students want to? I mean, I would definitely try to give my students all the information and try to get them to perform at the best of their abilities. But if they don't do anything with it, I mean, someone could give Bo the test that he has to do next week in advance. But if he's just, yeah, no, it's fine, I'll take a look at it tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into next week, and then next week turns into the night before, and then the night before he's looking through it, looking, oh, it's tomorrow. So if he is anything like me. GCSEs are national as Aqua and TETSAT. I'm sorry, there. General Certificate of Secondary Education for all 16-year-olds. Yeah, that's exactly what Bo should be. Now he's 17, but he did the ninth 2 times. So it's the same age. Good evening, Alex. Sorry for... What are Bo's hopes? That he gets the lowest grade and makes it. That's his worst course is, you want to guess? It's German. I cannot help him with, is it my fault? Because my German is not good enough. I can speak German very nicely, and but it's, I actually don't think it's German that is the problem. I think it is the analytical thinking that could be the problem. Dave, you are surely never mediocre. What can I say? Hi, Steph. How are you doing? Another bullet on my list of hopefully never have to deal with students ever again. Sounds like me. Worked well in school, not so well at university. Yeah, well, yeah, university is a whole different ballpark. At least I hope when you go to university, you get to do something that you are interested in, and you don't have to do something that you are not forced into, like, I don't know, biology, chemistry. German was my worst grade in Oberstufe. Yeah, that's Bo as well. And I also know, or at least expect, that in the end it will all work out. But getting there. I have so many qualifications for someone who has never been asked for them. Well, that's another thing. Well, you know what it is? All these students, and I used to do this as well, think, what is math ever going to be good for? And now I have never actually said that about math, but I truly believe that being forced to deal with something that you're not interested in could be an indicator for how well you are doing in things that you might be making money when you're working for a firm. How do you deal with problems that you are not well aware of? Are you able to go through the problem and at least get a basic knowledge of it? Or are you someone who is going to just say, oh, nope, this is too much, I'm not going to do it? In which case, I would probably not want you to work at my company. So there. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? I did a special extra bit of high school for biology and chemistry. It was fun. I'm sorry, I was not calling you out or anyone out on why would someone do that. No, I definitely, but I struggled with it. have I ever told you I had a I played football and my I had to be the goalie for some reason, and I tried to stop a ball, which I did, but then I broke the hand that made me write. So I actually got to do the exams at my own home, in my own home, dictating it to my mom. And my mom was sitting next to me doing all these tests, and I was pretty good at talking English back then. So but I would not know how to write it. So that definitely gave me a leg up when my mom was writing down what I said, and she automatically wrote it correctly because, hey, that's what he said, so I'll write that down. But in biology, uh, we had questions that she was embarrassed for writing the answers down, and she was really like, "Really? Is that your answer?" I said, "Yeah, that's my answer. Write it down." And she was like, "No," like basic questions. Oh, um, I also had done math club for fun, but by the time I was writing in the GRE, that part of my brain had atrophied, so it doesn't all stick now. It doesn't have to, probably. Well, take a guess. How many of my biology co-eds at uni were not happy to have more MST chemistry and physics lectures than biology itself? Uh, oh, math. Yeah. I can only imagine. Uh, Not really good. I have to go back to the hospital tomorrow because my heart doesn't really want to work properly anymore. I hope you're all doing well. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jack. Um, all the good wishes for you to go into the hospital and get that checked out and fixed, hopefully. If only more people could take the tests like that. Yeah, I mean, you just have to break your arm to do it. Then you're good to go. Uh, but I should not be the one to do the tests for Bo. I should definitely not be the one to do that because in German, talking about German. Let's talk a little bit about board games and the UK Games Expo in particular. Did you all have you heard of the board game Terraria? Terraria. Um, because I did not watch the video, but I did take a look at a video cover. Yeah. Let me see if I can put this. How do I? I want a new one. Boom. There. Add this. Boom. I have not watched the video, but I saw this. This is Efka from No Pun Included, and I kind of whoop. The text is we could not finish Terraria the board game. It's bad. And I was very curious into what anyone's experience was with this game. I don't think I've come across the designer before. I have to say, me neither. Who is it by? Chris Kingsnorth. Paper Fort Games, Relogic, Forums. Yeah, I guess it is being delivered right now because a lot of people are commenting on it on the forums. I was just very curious seeing this video, and then yeah, the one Efka took a dump on, at least according to the title. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Only Efka's videos, no pun included, videos only pop up on my screen when the video is bad. I rarely see I mean, I must be not. I'm very bad at social media, but for some reason, all the videos that, all the board games that they play that suck, are showing up on my feed. Yeah, it can get a bit intense. I agree, but I really like Efka and Elaine, and I definitely value their opinions. Um, and I want to say they saved me around £300. Uh, Not buying Iridia, the paths we dare tread. I was so close to doing it, and then I watched their video. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe, maybe not, maybe not. I like when they do cultural critique videos a lot, but their game review opinions don't always line up with mine. No, that's true, and that's something that you need to find out for every reviewer. In that makes it fun. Is this someone I agree with or someone who I do not agree with? In which case, if you don't agree with them, you can make better opinions by going for what they like, so you can hate what they like what they hate. That definitely makes sense. So, going to the UK Games Expo, I'm trying to. What I usually do is I just go through the lists on Board Game Geek, the preview list, and I look at all the games that are on it, and then, hey, I like what I like and I dislike what I dislike. For this video, I already started looking at what other people's are looking at, and there's not a lot of crossover, which I thought was very interesting. Fun with Boxes did a video on the UK Games Expo, Boxed Meeples. I saw someone I had not seen a video from before. So there's definitely some info on what is going to be cool, hopefully, or probably, or maybe at the UK Games Expo. But I am definitely intrigued and I want to know. Whoop, here we go. Boom. I guess I already previewed all the games I was going to talk about, but here we go. Let's talk about the UK Games Expo. If anyone has any ideas for games, and I'm looking mostly at Alex because Alex, you are more in the indie. I think more in the indie world of board games. Please let me know if there are some games that you think I should check out because. Will Entropy be out by then? Entropy was not on the list of games that, let me see, that were going to be showed off. Entropy, create stars, form planets, and guide life from microbes to animals. When will this be out? It is not telling me. No, I can't see when this will be out. No videos yet, so I'm guessing it's not out yet. On Kickstarter, at least, Chemical Overload, Entropy. Wait. No, we were not talking Chemical Overload. Let me take a look at that one. Chemical Overload, Entropy. That's a fun coincidence. 40 new potions ranging from level 2 through 6. All new level 7 potions. Yeah. Got work on the brain. No, that makes total sense. I wanted to talk about French Toast. Has anyone played this game? Have you heard of it? Would you like to know how to play this game? It is one of these group games where you are trying to figure out a specific word. French Toast is a public domain game. Yes. Of course. It is a public domain game. It is a game where you are trying to, the group is trying to figure out what one person is thinking. And it has, I have never actually played it. Ilka played it and is so over the moon excited about it. I am like, yeah, do we really need a box to play this game? Like Alex said, it is a public domain game. You played it on TGIB with Nick. Yeah, I remember. We definitely played it. But playing it during recording a podcast is definitely different than when you're actually in the room and getting a vibe together. What I loved most is watching Ilka play this with a group of like 6, 7 people, and they vibed with each other, which was so nice to see. And that never really happened on the TGIB podcast with Nick. I have played French Toast, not something I would want to play a lot. Yeah. Uh, my expression says everything. Oh, that's I don't know if that's a good thing in this case. I'm gonna say Ilka made me put this on the list, so it is on the list. Do we need a board for it? A box for it? I am saying no, we do not, because it is a public domain game and we can just do it. But for if anyone wants to know how to play it, how about I have a word in my head. It's bicycle. I'm just making this up right now. And you need to guess it. So you're guessing, or everyone is guessing, throwing out different words, and I need to tell them what is closer, my word or French toast. So no, French toast or the word that they said. So I don't know. They say turtle. What is closer to bicycle? French toast or turtle? I would say turtle, because the turtle is faster than French toast if we're talking now about speed. So I say bicycle. Then oh no, I don't say bicycle. I've never played it. I know how the game works. They said turtle. Okay, it's turtle. Then they compare whatever they say next to turtle, trying to get closer to what I mean. So the turtle, they say, okay, hare. I say, okay, well, in my head, a bicycle is faster than, it is closer to a hare than to a turtle. So I would say hare. So they would continue jumping off, trying to get closer. And maybe they would say, I don't know, airplane. And I would think, no, a hare is more the speed of a bicycle than an airplane. And I'm making this speed. It could be anything. It could be height. It could be, but again, that is something that the players of the game are trying to figure out and get close. When I watched people play this, they had a lot of fun. I was not part of the game, but there. Yeah, a French toast is human made. Seems like a good game to play in the car with kids on a long drive. Exactly. Exactly. But you do not need that box for it. But it's on the list. It is by Peter C. Hayward. I know that name. Who's that? Is that our friend? Wait, Peter C. Is that from Space Captains? What was it called? Oh no, Australian. Oh no, I don't know Peter C. Hayward. A Bluebeard. That's fun. I do recall the name. Things in Rings. Ooh, Things in Rings has now 2 new versions, I would say, or at least one. I think it was Words on Strings? Critter Kitchen. Yeah, it could be. Is it Words on Strings? That is also a game where you're trying to figure out things and need to find out where it is. Oh, and the next game on my list actually might be by him. Triangulation. Has anyone heard of Triangulation? It is going to be out at the UK Games Expo, and it is being designed by Peter C. Hayward. Haha, there we go. Same designer. Also the designer of Things in Rings. And in this game, each round in Triangulation, you give 3 clues, trying to get your teammates to guess the secret answer using word association. The twist is your opponents get to guess first using the first 2 clues. So you're putting out 2 clues that the opponents get to guess first on. But then you have a 3rd clue, and they need to kind of connect the first 2 into being really helpful for your... Yeah, it's the crypto light. Things on strings. Yeah. It's the Crypto Light, and I personally am quite excited to try it. Yeah, I'm excited to try this one as well. Yeah. Stream's too early. Just saying hi. Going back to sleep. Bye. Bye, Dichotic. So that is my second game on the list, Triangulations. Again, designed by Peter C. Hayward. And Kwanchai Moria did the art, which is fun to see. Next up on my list, games that I'm excited for. By the way, the way I created the list is I only looked at games that are for sale. Now, if they are actually for sale, I mean, that's... but I'm not looking at demo games. Next one, Catan on the road. Yep, we're going back to Catan, baby. Am I going to buy it? Probably not. But people are excited for it. So they're calling it in German the card game, which makes no sense because there's already a card game on Catan. But Catan on the road is supposed to be a 15-minute experience using the same idea of Catan. So I'm curious. I hope there's enough room to try it at the fair. And it's going to be a small card game, so easy to just throw into my bag and take it with me back to Germany. So I'm interested. It's not yeah. I'm not definitely going to buy it, but I do like Catan. So why not? Why not take a look at Catan on the road? Is anyone interested in this one? I mean, it's one of these big titles. Is it a cash grab, or does it really bring more to the world of Catan? It is a 3/4 player game, so you cannot play this with 2 games. It's definitely not a new skin for the card game. It is definitely a complete new way of playing the game. You're actually playing cards, where in the card game you would have... that was the Rifles game. I think that was what it was called in English. And the cards were square. I had a lot of fun playing the 2-player card game there. But this is definitely a new version of the game. I'm guessing there's going to be trading. And yeah. Catan on the Road is on the list. Next up is an expansion, but one that I am very excited for. I worry that it's a cash grab, but could be actually good. Would want to wait for reviews. Yeah, or try it myself. Next one is an expansion, like I said. It is Achievements and Theaters, which is the expansion to Cities, the De Veer game. Now, I think it's a good game, but one of the things that I actually hate is that all the components are going to be used in a 2 or in a 4-player game. Well, that's not true, but we always play twice in a 2-player game, in which case we would divide everything in 2 parts. But having more cards, I mean, I hope we're not only having different cities, but actually having more cards would make my life a little bit more... Look at these. I want to build theaters. It's not making my life better. That makes no sense. But I would actually really like it. Is this a small expansion? I thought it would actually be a whole thing. City achievement boards and theaters. And there. For me, City was fine and pleasant, but those theaters, yeah, they look cute. I think it's good to have more options in this game. I agree, it was nice. It was... Yeah, but there could be could be more. Another expansion is Acropolis. Acropolis Pantheon. This is the second expansion. The first expansion was Athena. We have it, but we have never played with it, which makes no sense. But looking at these tokens that you can put on the board, I am very interested in it. So that is why this expansion for Acropolis is on my list. I really enjoy playing Acropolis, but it could be a little bit heavier, could be a little bit crunchier. So that's why I'm thinking this just might be it. It's interesting because Acropolis is one of these games where, just like Cities, the base game is pleasant and fine, and I would play it again, but there is this extra step that the game could need, and maybe this is it. So there we go. Next one up is something I'm very excited about. I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but the next one is a Taskmaster escape room. Taskmaster, the escape room. Escape from the Taskmaster house. Your time starts now. I wonder if this game would allow people to do the same tasks or the same escape room and time it. Because that is what makes it so fun, right? Where everyone's doing the same thing and then everyone's going to see how the others are doing the tasks. You can do it together. But how about this? No, do it by yourself. And it looks like you're going to need an app for it. So how about record some stuff? And this what I'm thinking about could be amazing. But don't let it just be one task or one puzzle or one thing. No, make this something that the whole family needs to go through. And they need to record things, and they need to do things. And then you have the Taskmaster where you need to present the answers, and people maybe get the vote on which things. Yeah. I wonder if this would be good in a group. Yeah. I do worry about celebrity tie-in escape rooms after the new Patrick Harris one got absolutely panned, but hopefully it's good fun. I love the pop-up house. Yeah. Tell me what... Acorn, what do you mean by panned? Is that panned? Again, you bring me the words that I don't know. Did it get bad reviews? I thought the first one got good reviews. Reviews say bad. I thought the first one was actually good. I think it wasn't it called One? The sequel was bad. Oh yeah, it was Volume 2. Yeah, but I mean that's what I thought. But I thought the first one was actually good. New Patrick Harris game. Wasn't it called One? Box One. There we go. Is there actually a BGG? Box One solo escape game. From 2020. Of course, the timing was perfect. Everyone was locked in their houses. It is rated overall rated, well, 1,899. That's actually pretty good. I mean, for a game. The Curse of the Tricky Second Album. Yes. There we go. I was always very close to buying it, but then having it... you can't even see the cover when I do it like this. Here. No, here. But then the shipping would be terrible. So I'm actually curious about this one. Yeah, the follow-ups are hard. I mean, I think of it as your first theater program if you were into comedy or in doing anything. The first one I worked on for 10 years. And then and then you say, "Okay, this is it. I've worked on this 10 years." And then it's done. And then they say, "Okay, we need a new show next year." It's like, "But I can't." No, exactly. So your second show is where you're going to see if someone is actually good. Is it destructible? You'd hope to find one secondhand after 5 years. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I don't know. I also heard the first one was okay, but I do think the timing helped its reception. Yeah, I agree. Um, I actually backed on Kickstarter back then. The first escape room that went viral on Kickstarter. I don't know when it was. I think it was called the Werewolf Experience or something like that. Oh, actually, let me see. Escape room in a box. The Werewolf Experiment. Escape. No, let's see. Werewolf Experiment. Escape room in a box. 2016. That's when I was very excited about getting this one. This was a lot of fun to get this, and I was actually able to send this on to someone. Yeah, I remember this. This was great fun. Emerald Echoes. What is that then? A narrative puzzle adventure featuring beautiful illustrated puzzles and tactile artifacts. It is by Post Curious. Yeah. I remember. Rita Orlov. Do I know Rita Orlov? Not sure. And then you also said Emerald Flame 2021, which, yeah, that's a different game, same designer. Narrative tabletop puzzle game told in 3 parts. Yeah. Have I played this? Looks familiar. Probably not. She pretty much is Post Curious, though. They have started putting out other designs more recently. Okay. I think I started getting postcards from them. I got a set of those that was relatively cheap back then on Kickstarter. But we are digressing. We are digressing away. Let's talk about the next game. I'm excited about the UK Games Expo. It's a big one. Epochs, Course of Cultures. Now, this is a big box game. It is a civilization game, and it looks pretty cool. I'm looking at it, think, okay, you can actually be on each other's areas, so it's not as much area control as it is. Yeah, a strategic 4X Civ game for 2 to 4 players where you guide your society across 3 epochs: ancient, medieval, and modern. What else is new? Yeah, it looks like Through the Ages meets Catan. Yeah, I guess so, because you have the different houses and then you upgrade it to a city and or settlement city. So I'm curious. It's weighted right now at 3.56. That is definitely on the high side. So I will definitely not be bringing this back with me because we don't have that much room coming from Birmingham. But it's on the list. I'm very curious and maybe picking this up at Essen. I like myself a good Civ game. The rules and the way the game is being taught is definitely a factor. I do not mind learning a game for myself, but then teaching it to other players. And in our household, we are constantly playing different games. So by the time people come back, and it rarely happens that we're saying, okay, we're playing Epochs again, because, well, first off, they probably would have already forgotten. So I would be again explaining the game and then explain. And if I'm always the only one who's learning the games, then I've got such a big advantage. I'm actually playing myself in these things. So it's probably never going to happen. Epochs. This is my being very interested in, want to play the list of the UK Games Expo, and I'm already talking myself out of, it will probably never happen. That's sad, but I'm curious. It looks good. Next game on the list is one that I'm not gonna buy, but I think it's cool. It's King of Tokyo, Godzilla. Finally, we have Godzilla. Yeah, Civ Game Weekend. When? Oh, I would love it, Alex. I would love it. But do you remember Sid Meier's Civilization, the board game? I think it came out in 2010. Yeah, great standees. Definitely look at them. Oop. I think it's a moth. I mean, a three-headed dragon. We have one that's actually... we've got a pterodactyl. It's called Hedora, Mothra. I mean, these are IP beasts, right? It looks like it. It looks like Tokyo got an upgrade in art. It's nice. I have so many things for King of Tokyo. I mean, I've got the dark version of it, King of Tokyo, the black edition. It's beautiful, but do I need more? No. Am I excited that it exists? Yes. I think the whole art looks amazing. I really like it. Well done, Richard Garfield. Well done, King of Tokyo. Now, we are getting closer to some new games that I am excited about that are smaller, that I'm more likely to take with me, because it's a trick-taking game. My family tried to play the original Sid Meier's Civ board game when I was about 17 and my brother was 10. We got halfway through setup when it was overflowing our dining table and decided to put it back again. Oh, I mean, that still happens. I tried to reteach SETI with the new expansion to Ilka. Oh, it's not a new expansion, it's last year's expansion. And it was on the table, and Ilka was still doing other things. And I said, Ilka, if we're gonna play this, you need to come sit down. Yeah, no, I'm just doing this thing. We're gonna have a fun game night. And I was like, no, this is no longer a fun game night. Looking at all the stuff that we need to get on the table, and I've set up for SETI can definitely be a big thing if you forgot how everything worked out. And how to play the game. So I understand. And a game like Civilization, the old one, because let's be honest, you were not 17 when back in 2010. Were you? No. We got halfway through setup and it was overflowing our dinosaur. It can be a huge game, and that was the 2010 version of Civilization. Ugh. Such a good game, though. I really enjoyed doing it. SETI is high on my to playlist. I would love to teach you. I would love to show you the game. It's not going to happen at the UK Games Expo because there's just no time for such a heavy game. Now, this game This is a trick-taking game. By the way, looking at Board Games James, thank you so much for putting these photos up. A few years before 2010, yeah. This game said, take a seat at the most dangerous card table in Eldris. Crits and Tricks is a high-stakes trick-taking game where the quests you embark on each round will reward you with loot. Each quest you draft has a unique objective you'll strive to complete by pairing your rolled dice with mercenaries from unique classes. Each class not only sets the win condition for the trick, but also possesses a powerful crit ability that could shift the odds of the game in your favor. So this is next level trick taking. I saw this picture with you would have this dice set behind your tableau. Pete Wissinger is also host of a great game design podcast, Decision Space. Ooh. I'm interested in this game. I'm definitely interested in it. So you have different classes. So maybe these classes work with the different dice? I don't know. I love Decision Space. Oh, so nice, Acorn. That's fun. So this is on the list, Crits and Tricks. I'm excited to see it and hopefully try it out. And maybe buy it. Who knows? Another trick taker is Time Troopers. These are the cards for it. Fight for the future. In the past. Pum, pum, pum. Time Troopers is a solo deck management campaign. Now there. I'm probably picking this up. Probably be showing this game off here on stream. Build a squad to travel back in time to find artifacts needed to save humanity's future. Battle armies of past civilizations and sneak into ancient monuments. Manage time as a resource and make choices which define the future timeline in this immersive solo campaign game. I think this is going to be cool. I don't know why we're looking at 4 people playing a solo game, but this was UK Games Expo. Mr. Mike Peacock, thank you so much for sending it out. This is huge. Look at all these amazing people. This feels like a Civ game. So I'm going to be very interested in hopefully picking this up. I'll be honest. It takes a lot for me to stick with multi-host things that don't pass the Bechdel test, but it hooked me instantly. Wait, Acorn. Bechdel test is that? Oh man, you keep me on my toes. Is that the? Yeah, I was correct. That is the appropriate amount. What is no? A Bechdel test is where I know it's about representation of women in anything. I would say in panels, in podcasts, in whatever. You would probably need an equal amount. I thought the Bechdel test was especially for having movies where you could have 2 lead characters who were female. Yeah, a woman talks to another woman, not about a man. Oh, that's... Huh. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, that it was that. Yeah. It was intended for fiction and not seriously, but it struck a chord culturally. No, I of course, I know of it. I was just... I was curious how you meant it in this case. So I was immediately thinking about This Game is Broken, where we do not pass that test because you've got 4 white dudes and our amazing Paula, which does not pass that test. which hurts me. But what can I say? Hi, George. How are you doing? George, are you ready for the UK Games Expo? Because I know you're going, so we're going to see each other there. The Decision Space hosts are all white dudes, but their conversations are very good. I wanted to make a stupid joke, which I will not, but there we go. And George is excited for the UK Games Expo. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're going through the list. I made a list of games that I'm excited about, and right now that we are talking about, we're not only talking about it, but this is Time Troopers, which is a solo campaign card deck building game. There. And it's not that everything needs to pass, but it can just be a bit extra effort to hop in. No, I definitely, I agree. I definitely agree. Just booked flights for Gen Con. Woo! Now that is special. Do you have a place to stay at Gen Con? Because that could be way trickier than flights. Although I find flights to Indianapolis being very inconvenient for where we live. Not really. Yeah, get on this. Get on this, George. Try to try to find something because it's hard. It's hard getting good places during Gen Con. But you're going to find that out. Jen got a hotel. Okay. Oh, well, that's good. That sounds like a great thing. Next thing on the list, UK Games Expo 2026, a game that Ilka already played and is very excited about. So she's probably running to get Flip Pick Towers. Flip Pick Towers is a drawing game, or as we call it, a paper and pencil game. Here it says, Flip Pick Towers is a drawing game in which players illustrate charming, playful castles to meet demands set out by the fussy nobles who wish to move in. Thanks to a huge number of scoring objectives, victory lies in constructing soaring creations full of fantastic creatures and characters, all the while guarding against mischievous dragons seeking to halt your progress. So, hiya, going through the play to win. Do they have PTW? Wait. CD, what are you talking about? I missed what you're saying. Going through the play to win. Do they have PTW? It feels like you are in a completely different conversation, CD. But I don't know. I do like Flux and Write as a catch. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Adam Porter does a great game design YouTube series, Adam in Wales. I didn't put that together. Apparently the way to succeed as a designer is to create podcasts or videos. So there you go, Alex. That's the way we do it. Play to win, PTW. Ah, you mean for for this game? I don't know if they have that, or is this a list of releases and you just get it at the con? This is my pick for games I'm interested in for the UK Games Expo. So yes, they don't really do play to wins, mostly because everyone will already be playing these games at the convention if there is room. And then you just buy it. I mean, that's how Essen works. That's how the conventions work, right? The where you have the stands of the different publishers. Play to win would not be a right now. I don't think it makes sense for publishers to do it. Of course, you want people to actually play it, but then you would actually want to have them to buy the game and not say, okay, and now wait until the end of the week, the end of the weekend, where one person will win the game and everyone else will not have bought the game. No, I think play to win is more something for econ. Yeah. I like random right for the category name. Hi, Arcta. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, but Essen is just commercial. Yeah, no, I mean, the UK Games Expo is a commercial, is commercial. So yeah. Flip Pig Towers. Then I had one more game on the list, a game that I got to play test last year, and I was very excited about, and it is Yonder. Yonder is from the people who brought us Moon, and what's that other game? Villagers, that I was excited about. And this game is fantasy worker placement with asymmetric workers building towns. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing this game. We just played one round, but it already gave me so many ideas on how I would play this game further, that when it releases at the UK Games Expo, I'm going to be very excited about this. Yeah, the aim with Play to Win is get people trying it so they buy it. Yeah, I totally understand, but that works better at a convention like WellyCon, where everyone can just get a chance. Hey, the game is here, you can play it now. But and then someone will win it, and everyone else then just goes online to buy it. But if you have the store with the games right there, from a selling perspective, you want to sell them immediately. Did you like it? Here, buy it, and not say, you like it? Well, maybe you're going to win it in 2 days at the end of the weekend, because then people are forgetting it or not coming back. And so I agree with you. We are probably agreeing. Uh, you have stores. Okay, of course. So this is the game I'm probably most excited about, because I already played it in a prototype version last year, and Yonder is a lot of fun. I like the people, talking to the designer. So Sinister Fish is the publisher. I really like it. Hi, we have a panda raid. It is a panda raid. Come on, a panda raid. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There's a rush at the end after the draw. And now we have a third day to just play. Oh, that sounds awesome. Everyone, if you want to, if you can, get to New Zealand. Go to Wellington. When is it CD? I do get emails about it, but I never really looked at when Wellington is. How long? How many tickets? UK Games Expo is on my bucket list. Hey, come on, just go online, get a ticket. Just go, Amanda. Uh, Although, yeah, and then stay in the city. Don't stay at the Hilton, because no one can afford the Hilton. Can't wait for the UK Games Expo. Oh, nights, guys. We're going to see each other there. We will be there. I just went through my list of games that I am excited about to probably buy. You're staying at the Hilton. If you have the money, just go for it. Me and Ilka, we are staying in the city center. We just take the train and go back, and then the next morning we train back. It's an easy train ride. So I'm sure I can swing you a complimentary ticket, Amanda. Yeah, I mean, the ticket for the convention is not the problem. It is it is the travel, and then it's of course the having a place. It's just the hotel and the flight costs. I mean, that's all. Maybe the UK Games Expo in a couple of years. It would be cool to check out. When I was in Birmingham for a day, everything was closed for the big city construction, like all the galleries, museums. So I gotta give it another shot. Yeah, you might get the experience that when you get to Birmingham, that everything is always closed or being in construction. That's the things that I got taught walking through the city with Matthew. it's the biggest city close to where Matthew lives, so he knows Birmingham well. I'm hoping Matthew is able to make it. I'm currently creating a UK Games Expo round for This Game Is Broken, because my next episode is going to come out the Wednesday before the convention. So that's something that I'm very excited about. On one of my first UK Games Expos, I was in the cheapest hostel in Birmingham city centre, next to an all-night rave club. Oh, that sounds fun. I no, me and Ilka, we found a good hotel that had a decent breakfast, so we're excited about going back to that hotel. It was a 2-year mega, everything closed. Oh wow. I know he talks shit about it, but it's so much closer than my hometown. It's true. uh, Backpackers. Yes, I've never have I been in a hostel? Yeah, I think I've been in a hostel, but only with a bigger group of people that we knew. So I did not get the hostel experience of being in a room with people that I did not know. I I do hear stories of people going to hostels like in Amsterdam, and people say, "Yeah, no, it was a very cheap hostel," and they put their stuff in a bed, and then they would go into the bed at night, and then someone else was already in that bed, just on their stuff, just lying in the bed. I don't want to go to hostels. I'm too old for that shit. So, this was my pretty extensive list. I got 12 games on my list that I am excited about. Is someone here that is actually saying, you know what, if you're there, check out this game. And I do want at least one game from you, Alex, because I know you've got it. Oh, Night at the Zoo. It might not be for sale yet. Night at the Zoo was also on my games to check out, but it did not come out in this list on the site because it might not be for sale. Night at the Zoo. Help animals sneak back to their homes before anyone notices. Here we go. This is what the game looks like. It looked fun. It had fun meeples. So this is a Thomas Holleck game. It's the designer of SETI, amongst others. You have Tenby already. I played Tenby. I was not impressed with it. I thought it was fine. We're not really doing crunchy games this year. I'm not talking about crunchy games. It doesn't have to be crunchy, Dinah. You can just give me anything. You can give me a push your luck game, or I mean, I like card games. Do you have a card game? Something maybe. Just curious. So this is another one. It's I'm not sure if it's for sale, but Night at the Zoo looked interesting. Then, of course, we have the CGE games, Whisperwood and Drillers. Matt Dunstan has a new game out, First Giants. First Giants. Here we go. Dinosaurs, flying reptiles, and giant mammals create the most prestigious exhibition. This is Matthew Dunstan and Brett G. Gilbert. They have worked. Gotta love this. I mean, I hope I hope the game will be in English, but this does look cool. Dinah is saying, I'm personally excited for Meanwhile at the Con and Corpy, world's first NFC board. Wait, what? We're gonna do NFCs? Corpy. How would that work? Corpy is a co-op board game based on Finnish folklore. Oh, that's cool. The game also features a mobile application and NFC connection to bring in some magic from outside the box. Game has multiple stories which are played in 2 parts, starting from an adventure phase and ending in a battle phase. During the adventuring phase, players take turns to explore the adventure board and encounter various events with multiple choices for the play. Oh, I mean choices. I mean, you got me at choices? Artifacts, penalties, and bonuses to nature connection and to player health points. The story ends in the battle phase where the players encounter the villain of the story and fight them. During the fight, the accumulated nature connection will have an effect, and the artifacts found may play a crucial role for the players. Okay. That sounds very interesting. Ooh. Color me intrigued. You can scan the cards on the mobile app. Cool. I wasn't impressed by the game mechanics. George, for which one? Are we talking 10B or which game were you referring to? Is it this hard to put things into word processing to check for typos? It's basically a choose your own adventure board game with scannable items. First Giants. Okay. So you were not that impressed with First Giants. There we go. Whoop. I mean, I like Matthew Dunstan's games, so I was interested in at least taking a look at it. So good to know that it's maybe not that good. Last week of summer, if you like 80s retro and push your luck, bring it. Last week of summer. It feels like I've taken a look at this already, which says nothing, but cool tokens. Oh, yeah, it has that mixed tape vibe, which is nice. So let's read up on it. It's 1986. High school is over and you need to plan the perfect summer. It combines turn programming and worker placement with a variety of mini games. Each game, players set up their town using 4 or 5 of the possible locations. Oh, okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. This looks fun. Another game that I was had on a different list was Earth Express. Now I forgot what it was about, but it was on the list. Earth Express. Oh yeah, this is next year's game. This is a fast 15-minute game of Earth. It's actually that. Earth Express. So there is this year a new Earth expansion. But I think I'm gonna hold out on it and maybe go in on this one because we barely play Earth. So maybe not go for an expansion, but just go for this. A quick new way of playing Earth. Looks good. I like the aesthetics being the same as the original game. My friend designed Grab Bag Jungle. Am I that friend? Did I design this? No, I did not. Grab Bag Jungle. Work together to rescue jungle animals by searching the grab bag by touch. Oh, you're feeling things in the bag? Oh, wow. So you, so your hand goes into the bag, you're trying to get a specific animal out. It sounds like fun. The one that's a companion game or something like that, Behind the Lens, looked neat. Behind the Lens. There we go. Behind the... did I write it wrong? Oh, that's with a D. There. Oh. This. Oh, I remember this. You become a nature photographer, documenting our planet with turns taking simultaneously. Yeah, I've heard of this. Also, Inside Up Games, and it looks like they have the same place in Iceland where they make these pictures, right? Photographing Earth. I mean, looks nice. Sakana Stack. Stack seafood so high that others can't match your prowess. It's this art style that I am in a board game I'm a bit bored by, especially if it's just this, but it says nothing, of course. It's, yeah. I wish there was more on the cover, but this size of box is always so popular at Essen. This description one makes me want a dexterity game, yeah. Stack seafood so high that others can't match your prowess. Yeah, you would expect that. A climbing shedding card game in which players place stacks of seafood from their hand with the aim of having the most valuable stack in play. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, and I like playing games like this. Just sitting there having some cards in your hand with friends. You like the look? Well, then you buy it. There. So many games that are going to be new to me at the UK Games Expo. I even found, going through the list, games that already came out at Essen. I was like, wait, what? Why did I miss that? I mean, Essen is so huge. So you already have it. Well, there. Then don't buy it. Exciting times coming to us at the UK Games Expo. The 29th up until the 31st at the NEC in Birmingham. I'm going to be there. Ilka's going to be there. We're flying in on the Friday morning, so we're missing out on the whole press thing, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I'm making some absolute nonsense of a card game right now. Well, there. You go do that. You make a nonsense card game. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare furthermore and check some other games out. Thank you so much for giving your ideas and collectively finding out what those new hot games are going to be that everyone's going to be playing all over the world. Because going to Iceland last week and experiencing how specific games are played with random people. We're all playing the same games because we find those good games like, oh yeah, I want to play that. So we will be having 30 different games in our booth this year. That is really insane. I'm definitely gonna pop by and see what you're excited about. Can't wait to see what everyone else is bringing. Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for joining me today. Now, this is a special week. It is the week of the Eurovision Song Contest. And the idea is that we are going to cover it, which also means there will not be a stream tomorrow, because there's going to be a stream on Tuesday and on Thursday and on Saturday. Those are the 3 nights that the Eurovision Song Contest will be on, and we will be live streaming it. This might not all be according to the wishes of Twitch, which means we might get kicked out. So just look for us if you want to be in get in contact with us. Maybe go through the Facebook group if you want to send a message. If I have some time, I might find a safe way of watching the Eurovision Song Contest together. But until then, maybe I'm going to be here tomorrow. Let's see how things go. But the plan is to stream on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to watch and experience what Europe is bringing in the Eurovision Song Contest. So there. Finally going to have a meeting room that can fit people for a drink after closing. Or just a meeting room that isn't just filled with stock. I hope it has chairs, because that's one of the best things. Just to be able to talk to people. It's like, sit down. Let's see who we know is live right now over on the other Twitch channels. People that we know, people that we are following. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Not as many couches as an Essen though. Got a favorite song yet? Right now, I do have a favorite song, Alex. Were you talking to me with that? I have a favorite song. It is a German translation of a English song. Oh, for Eurovision? Oh, of course, no, I don't have. I haven't listened to any of the songs yet. The Netherlands is not participating this year, which kind of takes away the joy of it. But we're going to see. We are going to raid into our musical friend Autopilot, who actually has a lady friend in the room with him, and they are making music together. So this looks promising. I'm very excited for it. So let's see what's going on over there. Until then, I say thank you so much for joining me today, going through the lists and hearing your picks. Stay healthy, stay safe, and play board games. Bye, everyone.
Luzapalooza, where everybody knows your game.